Brian Shoemaker joining you again on Central Illinois Sports. We are speaking with head coach Roshan Russell. His St. Rita Mustangs return to the Quincy Shootout coming up on January 20th and 21st here at Blue Devil Gym in Quincy, Illinois. St. Rita, a very fun squad to watch, really entertained the crowd here last year, coach, and very excited to have you back. How has the season been so far for you?
So far, been good overall. We've had some challenges. We been a little bit up and down. We started at Washington at Thanksgiving, and we did all right. We felt like we could have played better. Shortly after that, we kind of got going, went on a 6 game win streak, and then in our Christmas tournament, again, kind of same thing as Thanksgiving. Just didn't get it rolling the way we wanted to, but we're very optimistic. Our team is very talented. We have a lot of new pieces. So just trying to build that chemistry and put it all together. But we're confident that we'll turn the corner here soon.
Let's talk about some of those pieces to your squad. For those who were at the shootout last year or that have followed your team here over the course of the past couple of seasons, Morez Johnson and James Brown are the two names that instantly stand out. Morez is committed to the University of Illinois, and James, of course, just recently announced that he'll be heading to North Carolina at Chapel Hill next year. Talk about the leadership that those two kids bring to your team, even just as juniors right now.
Yeah, well, those two, they've been great. They're very consistent and just in terms of their communication to the team. They know my expectations. They're ready to go. Pretty much every game. So it's a luxury to have guys that have experience that understand what me and my staff are trying to communicate, and they're the echo in terms of echoing what we're saying to the team. So it's always nice when you have two guys at that size that are as skilled as they are. So very fortunate.
You've had some transfers come in this season. It's been a challenge, I'm sure, for your staff to work the talent in that has come in. Most notably, out of the three big transfers that have made their way to St. Rita is Nogus Indrisitis, who recently committed to Iowa State. If you read some reports on him, they say a little bit of Manu Ginobili energy is kind of out of this kid. Talk a little bit about him and just really what he brings to your backcourt and maybe as kind of a swing player, because he really seems to be able to do it all on the court for you.
Yeah, no, well, first off, Noyes, he's just a great, he fits, our team dynamic. All the guys like him. He's a very likable person. So first and foremost, just glad to have him as a person. But when we talk about the basketball side of it, he is very talented. There's really nowhere he can't score on the floor. He's a three-level scorer. He can shoot the three, has a nice pull-up, can go above the rim. But I think one of the most underrated parts of his game, specifically offensively, is his ability to play make. And that's the area that I've, tried to challenge him on recently. And he's accepted the challenge. He's coachable. So he's just been a joy to have overall with our team.
The other two notable guys that have made their way onto your squad this year, Nashawn Holmes and Joseph Worthington White, two very talented players in the Northeast Illinois and over in Indiana scene. What do they bring to your squad now?
Yeah, first with Nashawn Holmes, he's a senior, still on the radar for our college coaches out there. He's definitely a scholarship player. Really excited for him. Again, same with Noah, great high character, high academic guy. On the floor, he just brings a toughness to that position at the guard spot. He can really shoot it. He can play above the rim. But what I like the most is defensively. He's so versatile on the defensive side of the ball. He really helps us in terms of how many different players he has the ability to guard just with his size and strength. And Joseph Worthington, another great person. And just happy to have him. He'll excite the fans. He'll make some flashy passes. Definitely a great playmaker for us. Definitely want to get him out in the open court more as the season goes on. So really happy to have both of those guys.
You talked a little bit about the ups and downs of your schedule. Part of the reason that you have some ups and downs is probably the loaded schedule that you have. You came right out of the gate at the Washington Tournament of Champions against highly regarded Joliet West. You took on Lanier out of Sugar Hill, Georgia. You've faced Yorkville Christian, who, despite losing some players, is still a very talented small school program right now. You've played Chicago Simeon. You come up in the Bass Pro Tournament of Champions coming up in Springfield, Missouri here very shortly before you even come to Quincy, and you still have some of the traditional powers, late in your schedule throughout the year. Um, Obviously, I mean, I'm probably answering my own question when I ask you this. The obvious goal is to get to Champaign with a schedule like this, of course, I would assume.
Absolutely. I'll be honest, with our schedule, I mean, it's brutal. It's as hard as it gets. But one thing about, us and my philosophy is, we want to play the best. We will play anybody. Our goal is to be ready come playoffs. So, if we battle some adversity early, we embrace that, we accept that, see where, myself, my staff can be better, see where our team can be better, and just learn from each game. So we're really excited with the upcoming schedule. We go to Highland this weekend, play a very talented team out of St. Louis and Chaminade, follow back up with a competitive conference game on Tuesday. Then we play the number one team in the country on Thursday. So we're just excited for the schedule. It's you don't get this every day. So to have this opportunity to have these kind of players, I would be doing them a disservice not having a schedule like this. So we'll take it on, and again, we'll learn from it, and come playoffs, I think will be a scary matchup for everyone here in Illinois.
Well, last year you came down to the shootout, played against Huntington Prep and was able to get a win over Huntington Prep. And as you said, took a loss to Link Academy last year in a game that tested your squad very much against some very talented players on that squad. Coming up this year on the Friday night game, you'll be taking on Modesto Christian, a very up-tempo team. What kind of challenges does that face for your squad? And also, what are some advantages that you think you might have against them? Because they like to play up tempo. I know your squad likes to push when you get an opportunity. It could be a very fun ball game to watch.
Well, I think one thing about our team specifically is I think we can play any style. So we can go up and down. Obviously, our advantage is in the paint. So we can slow it down and make it more of a bruiser game. So it's going to be a fun matchup. They're a very talented team, well-respected program. Obviously, they've been great year in and year out. So it's definitely going to be very, very competitive matchup. But again, we like our chances, and we know that with those two big guys down low, and the rest of our team that we have, we always feel like we have a fighting chance.
Coach, before we let you go here, let's just take 30 seconds and just pitch St. Rita Mustangs basketball to the fans that are maybe kind of on the fence about attending the Quincy Shootout. What are they going to see in the 2 days that St. Rita's on the floor with your team?
Well, first and foremost, they'll definitely see a passionate team. We're very fortunate to have, an experienced group of mostly juniors and seniors. We're a lot of talent. You'll see some threes. You'll definitely see a lot of dunks. You'll see some good passes. But overall, you're going to see a team play the right way. You're going to see a team that plays for each other, makes the extra pass. And again, you're going to see a lot of passion.
Well, that'll be wonderful, Coach. We can't wait to see you. Once again, this is Coach Roshan Russell, the St. Rita Mustangs out of Chicago. They'll be taking on Modesto Christian coming up on Friday, January 20th. You can get your tickets online now at quincyshootout.com, or you can watch live every game of the Quincy Shootout live on our YouTube channel at Central Illinois Sports. For Coach Roshan Russell, this is Brian Shoemaker. We'll see you at Blue Devil Gym coming up for the Quincy Shootout January 20th and 21st. Coach, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me. Look forward to it.